Hello, how are you? It's Mihaela here from healingwithfoods.org, low carb RD and mindset coach, and I'm back with another live video. I took a break from live videos, but I'm back today with a burning subject that's been on my mind for quite a while, and I really want to bring it out. First, if you wonder where I am, I'm at the park. I love this park. It's on the river. I feel a beautiful breeze. The sun is up and warming us. And every so often I like to come here before I go on with my day. So, what a great place to talk about nature and how our environment basically flipped by 180 degrees while our biology remained the same, and the same mechanisms that helped us survive back in the days when the men were roaming on earth gathering and hunting is actually killing us today. I know it sounds like doom and gloom, but it's not quite like that. There is hope. We can change that, and I'll tell you exactly what we can. Excuse me. So if you look at how our ancestors lived, you realize that they didn't have any of the comfort we're having today. So it's all about the comfort. You know, we talk about get out of your comfort zone. What does it even mean, right? We first have to define what's comfort zone. So today we have the comfort of having regular meals, 3 or even 6 meals a day. We have the comfort of not having to expend any energy to get our food. These drive-thrus, these deliveries, these prepackaged foods, frozen, you just throw them in a microwave. So we have lots of comfort around the way we gather out of our food, the frequency at which we can eat, and not to say the meal composition is completely changed. In fact, if the hunting man or the stone man would be here, he wouldn't recognize, I would say, 90% of the foods we eat, right? So that's one thing that changed in our environment. The second one is, of course, just how we expend energy to live, from the way we gather food, how much energy we have to expend to gather food, all the way to the energy we need to expend just to go to work, right? We have the comfort of driving in our own cars. We have the comfort of having climate controlled cars and homes. We don't have to go and cut the trees and chop them off and start the fire to warm up our homes anymore, right? Or things like that. We have the comfort of escalators, elevators, dishwashers, washing machines and dryers, lots of comforts. So if you look at our environment today, I would say it flipped by 180 degrees, right? So from having food scarcity and from having to hunt and gather and to cope with extreme cold or extreme heat, to cope with having to be exposed to sun and rain and all that, right, that challenged our biology in many ways, we have the opposite, right, the 180 degree, all discomfort I just described. Now, that's environment. Now let's look at our biology, our metabolism, our physiology. It did not change. So genetically, biologically, physiologically, metabolically, we are the same as the human that lived on Earth 100,000 years ago, when they were actually hunting and gathering, right? So the same physiology and metabolism that helped them survive is actually still within us, but because of the environment change, it makes us fat and sick and slowly kills us. We may live longer if you look at age, right? But in terms of functionality and quality of life, there's less life. And even people that live longer, they are taking bags of prescription drugs or over-the-counter medication or supplements, right? So it's debatable whether our quality of life and life extension is better than what we oopsie, I had a than our ancestors had. I'm not going in that direction, just what I want to show you. So when we look at the what helped them survive in these rough conditions, right? And I'm gonna refer to the food, from the food perspective. So our ancestors, I hope you can hear me, it's a little bit windy. So our ancestors had food scarcity, so they went from feast to famine. They ate very local and seasonal, and when it comes to what went in their plate, we know if they were able to hunt, they ate the entire animal. So was whole foods for one thing, for another thing it was protein and fat, and as they were they found available in the area where they live, they had access to fruits, roots, nuts, things like that. So depending on where they lived, right, on earth. So because there was no fuel coming all the time in the body, was this shortage of fuel, we evolved to save and store when food was available. Again, they went from feast to famine. So when they were feasting, when food was available, the same hormone that helped them survive, which is insulin, is killing us today. So when they ate, especially when they found carbohydrates in nature, they stored it as fat for the times where food was not available, and that helped them survive, right? Because they feasted, they stored, they recycled the energy they stored later on when they went through the famine phase. Today, we find ourselves in a feasting state all of the time. So because of the same insulin, the same hormone, insulin, we are in a storage mode all of the time. So that's why we see rampant obesity and overweight and everything that comes with it, diabetes and cardiovascular disease and cancer and autoimmunity and all that, inflammatory related diseases. And we never have a phase where we have to feast, to go without food. So we actually get to recycle the energy we stored in the feasting time, right? So no times of famine. That's why the same biology that our ancestors had, we have today. And for them it was good, helped them survive. For us, it helps us slowly die. We may live longer again, but not necessarily better. So what can you do? You can't change your biology or physiology. We cannot change our environment to go now and start hunting and gathering and walk everywhere, and we can't do that. What we can do, we can make a conscious effort to move our body more, to use less remote controls, to use less energy-saving devices like elevators and escalators, maybe even less dishwashers or things like that, right? That we can make a conscious effort to modify some things of the current environment that are easy modifiable. So we basically get out of this comfort zone, right? Then what we can do 100% is mimic the way our ancestors ate, meaning get out of the comfort zone and skip a meal for a change, or go a whole day without eating, or practice intermittent fasting. So throw in some food scarcity. Then look at the meal composition. First of all, start eating whole foods. Second of all, Eat less carbs, primarily the refined carbs, primarily the foods that our ancestors would not even recognize as foods. Get out of the comfort of having pre-made, frozen meals that you throw in the microwave. Get out of the idea of drive-through or pick up the phone and order. Get more into the whole foods, home prepared meals, and then choose to eat less carbohydrates on purpose, so you find yourself less in the storage saving mode and more in the recycling, energy burning, stored energy burning mode. So that's how we can we may not be able to flip our environment back to 180 where it was. We can make tweaks to our current environment, get out of our 21st century comfort zone, societal and environmental comfort zone imposed on us, by making more conscious efforts to move our body and to expend more energy by engaging in habitual activities and movements just like our ancestors did. And then the second component is mimic ancestral eating with food scarcity, with going from feast to famine, so throwing some fasting in there and modify what goes in your plate. Eat more local, eat more seasonal, and get out of the comfort of having supermarkets. Find the local farmers markets and eat more green leafy vegetables and garden vegetables as your primary source of carbohydrates, and combine that with grass-fed animal products, whether it's meat or butter or eggs or even dairy, preferably fermented. So that's how you can bring your biology more to work more like it used to when our ancestors were here on earth and gathering and hunting, where you go from storage to burning. And for a while you'll have to be more into the burning of excess energy that have been stored over time, because for such a long time you've been on the other extreme. So you're gonna have to go in the extreme of burning more, and then once you find yourself in a more balanced state, then you can have a nice dance of feast to famine, so to speak. So that's my 2 cents on what you can do to use your biology, which is the same as our ancestors, in a completely changed 21st century environment. If this resonates with you, if you like one-on-one help, I am here to help. It's hard to do all this alone. It's overwhelming. It's a lot. It's where you start, how you do it day in and day out, so you don't get discouraged and you don't get into paralysis by analysis. Am I doing this right? Is this how I'm supposed to do it? So I'm offering a risk-free, health-intensive transformation VIP session, in which 2 hours we get together and we look at what you're doing, what has been working and what's not working and why. We get a clear picture of where you are. We then look into the future and draw the picture of what you really wish from your health and life. What do you want to live? How do you want to live? With what energy? With what level of health and happiness? We set the goals, and then together we draw the map. How do you get from here where you are to there where you really want and can be and will be, right? So we draw that map. But here is the risk-free portion of it. This is a 2-hour consultation. Halfway through we stop and I ask you, how is this working for you? Is this helping you? If you answer yes, we continue. If you say no, actually it doesn't help me, we stop right then and there. I reimburse you all your money and there's no questions asked. It's a great way for you to see what coaching can do for you before you are ready to take a big leap of faith to get on a 3 months, 6 months, or 1 year coaching program with me or anyone else. Because you don't know what you don't know. If you never had a coach, how would you know what the coach can do for you? How would you know, right? So thank you for watching this video or the replay. Feel free to post your comments about the topic, and I will come back and add the link to the HIT VIP risk-free session, and I look forward to getting do this with you, take this journey together, and help you gain momentum on your health transformation journey. Thank you so much. Have an awesome day. Let me show you the river one more time. It's the other way. Flip the camera. Look at this. I will leave you with this beautiful view of the river. Have an incredible day. Get some sun.